Hello, this is Sinister Gambino here with a new stream, and this stream will be going over the event week for this week in Reddit Online. So starting off, there's 2 times money on a lot of the new blood money stuff from the latest update, obviously, being 2 times money on the Stagecoach Stickups. And then there's also 2 times money in lit fuse, wrongful property, and then also back pay. All those are blood money crimes, which are the small, like, 1-part missions, the ones that don't involve the capitale, like having to actually spend it and whatnot. And then there's a rank 100 plus treasure map as well, and then all the other stuff will basically be mentioned in the benefits section and whatnot. So I definitely think those were definitely the highlights, I'd say, and I'll explain more about them later. But yeah, earn double select crimes as mentioned, and you can apparently earn a 50% off select boots as well. Pretty thing that you can earn there, but it's something at least. But yeah, Stagecoach Stickups. I think you can do those from any one of the 4 blood money contracts. Some of them are only available for like 1 contract, whereas others are available for almost all of them, if not all of them. But yeah, Anthony Foreman, Sean McGuire, and then there's some other one I think that has Stagecoach Stickup, so I think there's at least 3 versions of it. I think Joe actually does not have a Stagecoach Stickup. Instead, I think his version is the lit fuse. Well, lit fuse, I think it's basically Joe's version of Stagecoach Stickup. And I will say, definitely do not bother with a lit fuse. A lit fuse is such a terrible blood money crime. Like 1 shot to the dynamite wagon or whatever, and you basically fail the whole thing. Like there's an actual like health meter. And I did attempt it, the one time I attempted it, there's an actual like health meter, which I imagine is actually for the wagon, not the like dynamite, obviously. But yeah, it's very easy for an AI to just like 1-shot your dynamite wagon, so I wouldn't bother with a lit fuse, even with double money, not gonna be worth it on that one. We have Stagecoach Stickup. I think that's probably the most accessible one, being with any of the characters. I think all the other ones are kind of for just 1 character, I want to say. Or like I said, I think Stagecoach Stickup is for all but Joe, because I think Joe has his lit fuse, which I think is a more unique version of it. Wrongful property. Wrongful property, I believe that's a Sean McGuire mission. I think only Sean McGuire has wrongful property, so if you want to do wrongful property, then you have to go for Sean McGuire or whatever. And that one's not necessarily too bad from what I remember. It's nowhere near as bad as a lit fuse, where 1 shot from an AI to a dynamite wagon, which most likely will happen, makes that one just not worth doing, even with the double, I'd say. But yeah, wrongful property, I believe only Sean McGuire offers that one. And then back pay. I kind of want to say back pay might be one that only one of the characters has as well. But yeah. Back pay might be another one that all the characters have, I'm not entirely sure, but I feel back pay might be another like one-off mission that only 1 contact provides. All those only it might have like multiple contacts that provide it. But yeah. My opinion, Stagecoach Stickup is probably the most accessible one, so I'd probably mainly go with that one. And then wrongful property and then back pay. Either of those 2 as well would work pretty fine. But I would avoid a lit fuse, like I said, because the AIs can be pretty ridiculous on that one. They can easily 1-shot your dynamite wagon. Like there's an actual health thing, like I mentioned, but I think it's for the actual wagon, not the dynamite, because obviously 1 shot to dynamite clearly blows it up. And then, yeah, half off select boots as mentioned before as well. And you can actually earn the ability card XP going on right there for all crimes and opportunities. Crimes are like the stuff on the left where they're like the 1-part mission things, the like small standard like missions for the update. Opportunities are the ones where you have to spend the capitale for like the free like Jewel of the West kind of things or whatever. That's what opportunities are. The one thing that does not seem to have the ability card XP for the like new blood money stuff seems to be the free part contract things. Those seem to be the one thing that doesn't have the ability card XP. So if you're planning to do like the free part contract missions, then don't expect to get the ability card XP on those. It's just for the small crimes and then the opportunities where you use the capitale. Which is kind of unfortunate because I feel the free part contract ones are kind of longest and would probably maybe have the most benefit. I'm sure the opportunities could be pretty nice for that ability card XP. And yeah, I think that was it on there, yep. And yeah, this is the last chance for the Quick Draw Club number 2. This is the very last week for it, so if you haven't completed it yet, or haven't got it yet even for some reason, this is definitely a week to do so. It's early Friday as when I'm recording this right now, PST time. So there's like a couple full days left, I'd say, and then a little bit of Tuesday left as of when I'm doing this here. But yeah, next event week we'll introduce Quick Draw Club number 3. Yeah, and then there's free ammo and then the free treasure map for seasoned players. Every single player will get the 100 Express Repeater, Rifle, and Revolver ammo. So quite the bit of Express ammo to get there, which is quite nice if you need to look up for the Quick Draw Club, because the ammo gives you like an extra like 5 at least experience, which isn't a lot obviously, but every kill you get with the special ammo, you basically get that additional 5 experience. So it definitely could be nice if you're in a pinch for some Quick Draw Club XP for the Express ammo, for that special ammo. And then seasoned players rank 100 and up, of course, will get that treasure map. Definitely a pretty nice way to reward the veteran players like myself, for sure, that have gotten to triple digits for their rank. It's incentive to have done that for the treasure map. For maybe like 100, close to 200 bucks maybe, and then a tiny bit of gold bars or something. Seems to be it on there. Persistent posse setup fees are waived. I did kind of want to put that in MS Spectator, but there was not enough characters to do so, unfortunately, so I had to like opt out of that. But yeah, any persistent posse you might want to set up will be free essentially for the rest of the event. Definitely quite nice little something there. Some of the discounts here. In fact, this might be all of the discounts, aside from Prime Gaming stuff. But yeah, 30% off all workhorses this week. Which I believe workhorses specialize in like their health or whatever. So if you want like a horse that can take like a lot of bullets and stuff like that, and like falling off and whatnot, then workhorses are for you, I believe, because I think workhorses are the ones that are pretty good with health traditionally, if I recall correctly. Because I think my main horse from the story mode was a workhorse, and yeah, I think I remember it being very good in the health department. So that's what you should think of if you want like workhorses for any reason. 30% off there. 50% off all saddles. Saddles obviously highly depends on the stats. Can't say it's necessarily that bad of a discount, but it's not necessarily going to be the most helpful discount. Same goes with the workhorses, obviously. One discount I think is a very good discount is definitely the 40% off all tents. For those who don't know, I think the tents actually determine your cores when you first spawn into a lobby. So when you first get into every single lobby, the cores you have is all determined off of your like tent that you have. For example, I think the most like best tent that you can have. I think that gives you like 175% on your cores. So you get 175% on your cores, I believe, on the last tent. So yeah, the tent, very helpful for having very good cores. Definitely very worth getting 40% off for the final last like 10 in the game. 30% off all single bandoliers, which is just completely cosmetic, I'm pretty sure. Beards and accessories of the barber, again, another completely cosmetic thing. And then also 30% off gloves, chaps, and half calves, more completely cosmetics there. So really, I think the one discount that's way better than the rest of them there is definitely the tents, as I mentioned, deterring your like cores every time you spawn in. And obviously you can just re-lobby to get your cores back instead of having to use like the amenities at your like camp or like your moonshine shack. That's definitely what I prefer to do for sure. But I should do with all the discounts. And then Prime Gaming, which has been refreshed this time. Prime Gaming this time will go until September 28th. So a good couple weeks here. But yeah, these ones are new. But yeah. Prime Gaming this time around will be for a free Vitalism Studies pamphlet. Vitalism Studies pamphlet is basically what the peyote plants are for this game. The Vitalism Studies allows you to play as very certain animals. Unlike peyote plants where you have like a bunch of like random animals the game can choose, it basically like lets you choose the animal you want as long as you go to like whatever proper location you need and then have enough of the Hereditum officinalis, whatever. But yeah. I think Vitalism Studies tend to cost gold bars. I think there's one Vitalism Studies that's free or something, and that's like the buck or something. But there's quite a couple to few Vitalism Studies that cost gold bars, and there's no like cash alternative for them. So you will be getting gold bars off of the Vitalism Studies, so that is actually quite worth it. You actually get some like gold bar savings here with the free Vitalism Studies. And while all it lets you do is play as an animal, you might as well take advantage of it, not having to spend on gold bars, because gold bars is quite the valuable currency for sure. Especially if they do more like rolls in the future and whatnot. But yeah, unfortunately there's not really much of a Vitalism Studies I recommend. Like I said, you should probably go for the most expensive Vitalism Studies, obviously. The more expensive, the more benefit, because it sounds like you get a choice on it. Like I said, I think the most expensive might be like 12 gold, and it might be like a boar or something. So yes, 12 gold bars and savings would be quite significant if I recall correctly. Vitalism Studies is very disappointing though. It has where as much freedom, unfortunately, as the peyote plants do. Peyote plants, I believe you can go like all around the map in terms of GTA with the peyote plants. But for example, I think there's only a certain proximity where you can be a certain animal or whatever in Reddit Online. Like, there's a certain area you have to be to start it up, and you can only be within a certain area of the area where you start it up. So yeah, there's quite the unnecessary like restrictions in terms of Vitalism Studies, so quite frankly it's not all that fun to mess around with in my opinion. So really I think the only benefit is saving gold bars, which I believe you have to spend for the Vitalism Studies, traditionally. So yeah, very good savings in terms of gold bars for sure, so that alone I think makes it quite valuable this time around. And then offer for half off an established or distinguished naturalist role item of your choice, which is basically anything from like rank 10 to 20, I think, for the naturalist, so I'll go over that. So for Prime Gaming, half off of the naturalist stuff for like rank 10 to 20, whatever. I'm going over that right now. Starting off, legendary animal pheromones pamphlet lets you craft legendary animal pheromones. Quite frankly, I wouldn't really bother with the legendary animal pheromones. I would rather look up a guide on like YouTube or something of like the different locations or something. I think looking up a guide on like the different locations I feel for like different legendary animals, and then just remembering where certain legendary animals from there are, is definitely quite the best way to go about getting legendary animals. Or you might as well just do the ones that are tied to like the side missions for more guaranteed legendary animals if you want to do like the side missions every like hour or whatever. I would rather personally do side missions every hour or whatever for very particular ones. Like, it only helps you find legendary animals. Like, it's not that you necessarily need it to find legendary animals. I mean, it probably is maybe the most valuable of the pamphlets, I'd say, for the whole entire Naturalist role, so that's something, but, I don't really feel that most players would traditionally be using these all that much. So it probably wouldn't be worth $900 or $450 with the half off, obviously. Completely cosmetic haircut here, but it is in gold bars, so that should be probably like a single gold bar instead of like 3 gold bars, since they don't really do like half gold bars or anything in terms of like cost or whatever. So you should save on gold bars on that if you were to use it on that for some reason. Complete cosmetic outfit here. Complete cosmetic gauntlets there. The form burn holster. If for some reason you don't have dual wield capabilities, offhand holsters allow you to dual wield. So if you need to be able to still get the ability to dual wield, definitely quite worth it. Or obviously if you want to change your cosmetic for dual wielding, then that works as well, obviously. So yeah, offhand holster does allow you to dual wield, so for that reason that one is kind of worth it. And then Gypsy Columns for the established, I wouldn't recommend the established ones, I would rather wait for the distinguished ones. So quite frankly, I'd say the legendary animal pheromone pamphlet and then the holster are probably the 2 best choices for the established section. And then complete cosmetic outfit here, but it is 12 gold bars, so 50% off, that would be 6 gold bars. So you can get quite a gold bar savings there if for some reason you would want that outfit for any reason. But yeah, it's complete cosmetic, obviously. Complete cosmetic emote there, and then complete cosmetic there with the charms. But again, this one's in gold bars. Again, this one's in gold bars, so at least we'll save on the gold bars with the 50% off. And yeah, quite cosmetic emote there, plus us in dollars and not gold, so not really worth it there, obviously. And then the best of the Gypsy Cobs. Says ideal for a long expedition, so it's probably pretty good in the stamina department or something like that. I don't know, horse stats and stuff I feel won't matter anywhere near as much as GTA, quite frankly, but yeah. I imagine being tied to rolls, it could be some of the like better horses in the game, I would imagine. Being some of the like latest horse editions, I would imagine it could be quite some of the better horses in the game for sure. So in terms of functionality, I recommend this, or this essentially. And then in terms of gold bars, I would recommend this, or this in terms of the gold bars. So those would probably be the 6 best things to spend on, I'd say, for the half off of the established or distinguished naturalist role item. Personally, for me, I would rather go for functionality over gold bars. So like I said, either that, or this would be the best couple, I'd say. But yeah, that was half off of the distinguished or distinguished naturalist role item of your choice. So that should do it for everything in the benefits section for the most part. Hopefully I did a good job explaining like the different money opportunities, like which ones are probably more worth doing between the coupled a few like blood money crime things that are on double money, and also hopefully I explained the discounts well enough. I think I did. I think I explained them as best as I could. And yeah, last but not least, the weekly collection and like the featured series maybe as well. Alright, featured series does seem to be different this time around. It seems to be the Blackwater series. And yeah, let's see, particularly a series of shootouts and races in the area of Blackwater, obviously. But yeah, nothing's going on in terms of money opportunities or anything for it, so it's hard to say that I would recommend it. I would probably rather go for the double money on the, like, different, like, crime mission things, obviously, since they're essentially reskinned stranger missions. And being reskinned stranger missions, they essentially mean that you can actually get gold bars on those double money opportunities. Which, yeah, you can also get gold bars with the showdown modes, but yeah. I'd rather go for the double money and then also get the normal gold bars on the blood money crimes, quite frankly. And then the offer there still seems to be going on for the nominated series, which I think it's been going on for quite a few weeks now, unless they just haven't updated the description or something. And I think there's pretty much just a weekly collection now, and I went over the featured series, or whatever it's called. Oh, of course, a gang ambush too, apparently. Getting attacked by wolves, and I have a gang ambush. That's just wonderful. That is totally just wonderful, isn't it? But yeah, I'm gonna be going to the Blackwater post office, and I'll end the stream once I'm done with Wiki Collection.
Didn't recognize you.
Alright, Foundation Collection. I don't know, this one does sound familiar, so I don't know if it might be a repeat of last week's or something. Alright. I don't know. Wait, no. Last week's had like a gold tooth in it or something, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think last week's had like a gold tooth in it or something, so I think this one is definitely different. Because they're all actual collectibles and not like a valuable mixed in or something. Alright, so I guess that means I'll be talking about it for sure. But yeah. The Foundation Collection. Foundation Collection has a collection value of $85, which is kind of in the higher end, I'd say, but also not in the triple digits. Like, for example, when you do like some free coin collections, those can tend to go into $100. But yeah. Feldspar Arrowhead, Endicott Diamond Earrings, and then emerald coral earrings. Those are the free things you'll need for it. So basically I gotta explain lost jewelry and then also the arrowheads. Or the other way around, I suppose. But yeah. The arrowheads. Arrowheads, there's not much of a guaranteed way to get any arrowheads, unfortunately, since they're mainly underground collectibles. Like, yeah, there's the random events, I think, where the arrowheads can be in, like, certain animals and stuff, but those ones might be limited to, like, a certain couple to few different arrowhead possibilities for the ones that can get stuck in, like, animals and whatnot. That's, I think, the only time I can think of where an arrowhead would not be underground is when there's that random event when it comes to, like, the animals having arrowheads stuck in them or whatever. And even then, I don't know if the feldspar arrowhead tends to be one of those in that random event. So yeah, most likely you'll have to deal with, like, fully random arrowhead collectibles. But yeah. If you're using some kind of collector map on, like, Google or whatever search engine you use, most likely it will have, like, arrowheads listed on the map. But the thing is, it will probably have it called, like, a random arrowhead. Because the thing is, arrowheads are fully randomized because they're underground, because basically any underground collectible is fully randomized. The only time pretty much where a collectible is, like, not randomized, where you can more so guarantee what a collectible is when it's above ground and you can actually, like, see it, obviously. When it's underground, obviously you can't see it, therefore the randomness makes sense in a way to kind of balance the game and whatnot. Because it's been like that for at least the last couple updates now. So yeah, fortunately you probably have to deal with, like, pure randomness when it comes to this arrowhead. But obviously you might be like me and you might luckily have it already, so that could alleviate the pain of this one. And then the Endicott diamond earrings and then the emerald coral earrings, those are both lost jewelry earrings. But basically all four of the lost jewelry, I think, essentially work almost the same way, where they're partially randomized. And what partially randomized means is I think that certain ones are underground, but certain ones are also above ground or something. Which basically means if it's above ground, it's a guaranteed spawn, and if it's underground, then it's, like, random entirely, obviously. So if there's any above ground spawns for the Endicott diamond earring or the emerald coral earring in the next few days or whatever, for the last few days of the event week, then you're probably only pretty guaranteed to be able to get one. If you see, like, a above ground location for any reason on, like, a collector map of some kind on Google or whatever preferred search engine. Which the one I use is called, like, a Gene Roanoke one or something like that. But yeah. How easy these are to get depends on if they have above ground spawns or not, as mentioned. But yeah. Because it takes from two different collector sets, though, I don't necessarily really feel this collector set's really not worth it, though, because I mean it takes from two different, like, collector sets that are normally in the game. So, like most, I don't really feel it's all that worth it, but still, I figured I would bring it up regardless, obviously. I like to go over the weekly collections just in case people find it helpful or anything. But yeah. But yeah, me personally, I'm at a rank 18 here. But yeah, I should be in the low 20s or like high 20s, but yeah. Like I mentioned before in previous streams, I did a call to arms, like Fort Mercer, me and a couple randoms got to like wave 10 entirely, and then the game glitched out on me and I didn't get my XP. So I'm like at 18, almost 19, so I have to grind quite a bit. Just because Rockstar's game glitched up and I didn't get to like survival bail or whatever, or the call to arms. I did a Fort Mercer one or something. Literally got the wave 10 with a couple randoms, and it wasn't even worth all the effort apparently, because I didn't get the free times on that back when it was free times, whatever. So that's just explaining the amount of progression I have left. But yeah. Quite frankly, there's probably not a lot to really spend gold bars on recently, especially if you have like all the roles, so obviously feel free to do that, obviously. That's a really easy way to get through it and all. But yeah, I'll probably get some collectibles off stream in the next couple days or something, try to complete it and whatnot. But yeah, that'll finally be it for this stream. Next stream will be the GTA 9 event week stream with the Rock Cypher, which apparently that's even the prize right even. But more on that for next time. That's finally going to be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed.